Hey guys, today is September 21st. That means it's the first day of Mabon. Some people pronounce it differently, but that's the way I pronounce it. So Mabon is a pagan holiday, a Wiccan slash pagan holiday. It lasts for 8 days. Um, I am personally not Wiccan. I'm pagan. I'm not Wiccan. Like there's a difference. Um, I can't really. I can't say for Wiccans. But to my knowledge, I believe that for them, Mabon is celebrating the god and goddess. For me personally, uh, I'm not too sure how to explain it, to be honest. By what I go by, I believe for me, Mabon is a time to look back on how the year has gone, my accomplishments, how I've grown, and my goals for the upcoming year. People celebrate Mabon so many different ways. I've never truly celebrated it. This is my first year actually celebrating it, and I'm really excited. I'm hoping to have something planned for every single day. Today, I know I am going to do a cleansing ritual, and I'm going to write down the things that I'm thankful for, the things that, in ways that I've grown, the things that I've gained, the things that I've accomplished, and like I said earlier, the things that I hope for in the upcoming year. A common theme that I see in people, like when people celebrate Mabon, is it's it's a it's like that time of year where everyone just gets really excited for the possibility of chilly air coming in, the fall leaves, and just the signs of fall are showing. Something that I saw somewhere on a website. One way you can celebrate Mabon is by decorating your altar, if you have one, with like leaves, acorns, things like that. Those are definitely a lot of things associated with Mabon. I'm definitely decorating my altar. I'm very excited. I went shopping. I got these nice orange candles and everything. I'm really excited. Like I said, it's 8 days. Today I'm hoping to do the things that I said. Tomorrow, I'm hoping to go on a walk, and I have this. I don't know if I can show you. It's somewhere, but I have this little handmade crochet, like a little like bag. It's like it's a thing. And I wanted to go out for a walk and collect leaves and acorns and pine cones and all that kind of stuff, and just bring them and set it on my altar. Have a nice little, decor thing going on. My altar looks the same as ever right now, to be honest. I haven't really changed it, except for I added a candle, because that candle is just amazing. It smells like melon or something. I don't know. So a little bit on how I first got into paganism in the first place. I first started looking into witchcraft, I think in like the first year of high school. Growing up as a Christian, I was really scared to look up anything that had to do with like witchcraft or demons and all that stuff, but I was definitely curious. So one day I just went online and I looked up witchcraft. I looked into it for like a couple of days. And I eventually just drifted away. Like I kind of forgot about it for a while. I'm not entirely sure how far into the future my next encounter with it was, but I know it was more than a year. I started looking into it more. I was reading up on Wicca because I, at the time, thought that if you're a witch, then you have to be Wicca. Like, you can't be a witch if you're not Wicca, which is like Wiccan. Which is like completely false. That is not true at all. You can be a witch and be like atheist. You can be a witch and be like Christian, Buddhist, agnostic. Doesn't matter. Wiccan, like I said, there's no like right or wrong way to be a witch, to be honest. And I think that's one of the things that drew me to it. So I called myself Wiccan for a while. I was definitely being not cool. By that I mean, I didn't really know a lot about it. I didn't go as deep as I should have before just slapping the label on my forehead and calling myself a Wiccan. Which is like, don't do that. Like, if you want to, I think personally, if you want to like join a certain belief system, or I don't know if join would be the right word, but just like, I think you should just do a lot of research on it, like know the history of it, know how, it came to be, the different practices, the different, like if there's different categories of it and things like that. You definitely don't want to go like saying, oh, I believe in this, and then you find out that they stand for something that you really don't feel comfortable with standing for, and then you're like looking goofy, So I was doing that. I was looking goofy. I eventually took it out of my bio because I realized I was being a goofy goober, and gosh golly, I started getting serious about it, I'd say like a year and a half ago. I'm not entirely sure. I know that I was saying that I was a witch at one point. I no longer said I was Wiccan, but I was saying that I was a witch. But I never really practiced it. I always had meant to. I just never got around to it. I just never had the time. Living with my mom, obviously it was difficult to do that. So, heck, what was I saying? Yeah, I never really practiced it. Like I said, I started taking it seriously about a year ago, maybe. Yeah, I think it was about a year ago, because I remember I wanted to celebrate Mabon last year, but I didn't. I just ended up making a post and saying like, oh, blessed Mabon and stuff like that, because I wasn't able to celebrate it. Throughout the past year, since then, I've definitely been taking it a lot more seriously. I've been doing a whole lot of research. This thing is like completely bothering me. I'm so sorry. It's gonna drive me nuts if I don't fix it. I don't know why I didn't fix it in the first place. Okay, so something on my wall. So I started doing so much research on it. Laugh at me if you want. I don't think it's something to laugh at. I don't really see how it's funny, but I know there's other kinds of people out there. I was on Tumblr a lot. Honestly, they have so many good resources on Tumblr for like witches, like new coming, like witches that are just beginning, like witches that are just like starting out, getting into the practice. There's a lot of stuff about in paganism in general, lots of kinds of beliefs in general. I definitely refer to myself as pagan because it's a really good umbrella term, definitely. when you're quick vocabulary lesson, being pagan, paganism is, I guess, oh, I'm so bad with explanations. Paganism is having a set of beliefs that's kind of like picked from like multiple kinds of beliefs. I guess I'm not entirely sure. Like me personally, I am pagan because I see myself as pagan because I do go by certain beliefs. Like I practice I believe in Hellenic polytheism. I believe polytheism is the word. Hellenic polytheism and Buddhism and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, you know, being pagan is just, it's a really great umbrella term, and I really connected with it, really clicked with it. A lot of people don't like labels, and that's completely fine. You don't have to have a label. Like, if you want to practice witchcraft and you don't want to call yourself a witch, that's completely fine. If you want to call yourself a witch, go ahead. If you want to be pagan, like, if you go by what is traditionally considered pagan beliefs, but you don't feel comfortable with being called pagan, you know, go for it. It's your life. No one's going to say, no, you have to call yourself pagan. No. Like, it doesn't matter. You know, no one should care, to be honest. When I officially sorry, my birds get really excited. So basically, when I officially, like, oh yeah, like I was saying, you know, if you don't like labels, it's, you know, you do you. I personally prefer to label myself, I guess. It just helps me, I don't know. I don't know how to put it into words. It's more of a personal preference to help myself. But when I started officially, like, calling myself pagan, things just kind of went uphill for me. I started looking into so many things. There's so many things that are like so interesting, like, and it doesn't even, I don't, there's such a wide range of topics. I can't even like scratch the surface. The things I'm about to mention next are not necessarily for pagans and not necessarily for witches. You can practice whether or not you're pagan or Wiccan or a witch or whatever. Just letting you guys know. But I was so interested in like tarot reading and divination and like scrying. It was just all like, there was so many things that were just so interesting to me. So I did so much research and I got so into it, and now like I have an altar. I do have a couple of deities that I wouldn't say worship. Excuse me. Oh man. I have a couple of deities. Yeah, I have a couple deities. I'm still practicing tarot. I haven't been able to properly practice divination. I have been practicing scrying, which is, I don't know how to explain that one either. I practice doing readings. I have a bag of crystals, like tumbled crystals, and people either, they shake the bag and then they pour it out, and I give them a reading based on the order that they fell in, where they fell on like the chart that I have, or I tell them to pick out certain stones, and it's more like the law of attraction kind of thing. Okay, so this is a huge downgrade, but those birds are driving me crazy, and they're probably driving a couple of you guys crazy too. So I'm really sorry about that. Hopefully my dog doesn't start barking. Um, so I forgot what I was saying. Scrying or like crystal tossing or whatever you want to call it. I've been just practicing so many things. Um, it's definitely been a journey. It's definitely what I'm about to say. Please don't like everyone's experience with religion or beliefs or spirituality are completely different. No two people have the same experience at all. So please don't think that I speak for the majority of a certain group. Just keep that in mind. But growing up as Christian, I was always told certain things, and those certain things didn't really make me feel safe. They, growing up, as I grew older, they eventually just made me a lot more fearful. I definitely think that has to do with something. I definitely think that has something to do with my OCD, but it just wasn't something that made me happy. I saw a lot of other people very happy in the path that they were going with Christianity, and being like devoted to God and stuff like that, and that was like fantastic. Like, I'm happy for them, really. Um, I just personally never felt anything. I didn't feel anything. Like, how do I explain it? Like, if this is like not feeling anything, and this is feeling bad, and this is feeling good, I was like right here between. No, I think I was like at the bottom. I'm not entirely sure. It just really negatively affected me negatively. But once I found this range of spirituality and like once I found like paganism and Hellenic polytheism, I can't really explain how it makes me feel. It brings me a lot of happiness. It brings me a lot of peace. When I do like cleanses and stuff like that, it really, really helps me after like a long day and I just feel gross and bad and like just anxious and all this stuff. I just sit in front of my altar and I do like a cleanse, or I do a certain ritual, or I reach out to a certain deity, and it helps. It really, really does. I've never felt so safe when it came to asking another like being, like a deity or something, for that like feeling of security or anything like that. And not just like the whole deity thing. Like, this isn't like, I'm not trying to make anyone question their beliefs. I'm not trying to make them think that I think that God isn't real. I'll always respect y'all's beliefs, and I hope y'all respect mine. But me personally, the whole experience with paganism and this witchcraft, it just brought out a really nice person in me. And like, I'm not drastically changed. Everyone is constantly evolving and growing as humans. And I think that's a beautiful thing, really. But I've definitely been able to find peace and be grateful for the things that I have in my life. I have a pretty great life. Yeah, there are days, I still have anxiety, I still have OCD, I still have ADHD, and I still have Tourette's, and those things still affect me greatly every single day of my life. And it's hard, and there's going to be bad days, but there's going to be like more good days than bad, Like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't even know where I'm going with this anymore. I'm just trying to say, like, it's just been a really great experience so far. And just gonna do a complete 360 here. I am so excited to celebrate Mabon because it's so special to me. The beliefs that I have, they're just special to me. I don't know how else to explain it, man. This was a pretty long video. I didn't plan on it. I think my dog just peed on the floor. I didn't plan on this video being so long, but I just ended up rambling, so I hope you guys don't mind. Yeah, that's about it. If you guys want to hear more about this subject, you can always let me know in the comments. I guess I'll see you later.